Hello, everyone out there in live reality games world. I am Dustin. I say but I should be used to this by now because this is like the millionth podcast I've done, but not quite at a million yet. But here for a special podcast, we have Brandon. Brandon, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Brandon joins us from the team for Can You Survive charity events. Brandon, can you survive?
Me?
Yes.
Probably not.
Oh, well, hopefully you make a good run for it at least. So, for folks at home that are not familiar with the series, Can You Survive? Don't worry, you're not missing anything quite yet. Season 1 is currently casting, and Brandon is here to tell us about the event, some questions we all have at home, how to apply it, so on and so forth. But first, let's get to know Brandon a little bit. Brandon, how do you know about live reality games?
Well, I had a friend that was in Survival Challenge a long time ago when it was still in Maine. So I went down and I watched it when she was in it. She got voted out on the first day, so I actually went down and watched, not her because she was out. So I watched a bunch of random people that I didn't know. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. And then it moved. So I was like, well, I can't apply anymore.
You can still totally apply. Not this season, though. Survival Challenge is happening once again in 2021. They are scheduled and they have a full roster. If you are interested, like Brandon, possibly next season, they are taking applications for 2022. But yeah, so you're in Maine right now?
I'm in Maine, yeah. Yeah. And so last year I did Surviving Maine season 2, which is coming out with episodes in like less than a month. And that kind of like got me really interested in live reality games. Like it was so much fun.
You and your friend, I know you were talking about like Survival Challenge when it was in Maine. Did you and your friend have knowledge of Survivor? Did you watch the show back in the day?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I've been watching since I was like 7, which is when season 1 came out. So I've been watching nonstop for 20 years. And same with her. We actually met through the online version of Can You Survive, which is what I had hosted for a decade.
Well, congratulations. You're like a professional online host now. So congratulations.
Yeah, there you
go. So Can You Survive, this charity event? Can you tell us a little bit about it? Sounds like we're doing a little bit more Survivor stuff. Is that how it is?
Yes, it is definitely a Survivor event. It's as close to the show as I can make it. Not as you can get, but as I can make it. So yeah, you'll be living outside, immunity challenges, voting people out, idols, everything. Except the Final 4 fire challenge.
Oh, we got a little sneak peek already at Final 4, so.
Yeah, who likes that twist anyway?
There's several people out there, and several is a lower number than a whole lot of people. So. Right. Now you spoke about people surviving out in the woods and stuff. Like, what is your idea? Are they going to get construction materials? Do they get tents, sleeping bags? Like, you don't need to get too specific here, but I'm wondering how rustic is rustic?
Well, it won't be completely rustic. It is not my property, so we can't tear trees down. So it will be us providing the shelter, whatever it may be. I haven't actually decided yet. So it won't be actually building the shelter, but it'll be outside.
And how long will it be staying outside?
It's 4 days, so it'll be a Thursday morning through Sunday night.
Okay. That's exciting. What experience do you have hosting these things? You mentioned online. Have you ever hosted or directed, I guess, anything in live?
No, never. My literal only experience is participating in Surviving Maine. I've never been a part of production for any live game. I'm learning as I go, and it's been so much work already. Like literally kudos to anybody who's ever hosted a live game because it's a lot of work. But it's been so much fun already, planning everything and building stuff and the whole thing.
Yeah, fantastic. So where are you at in producing this? Are you still casting, I guess you could say? Are you still looking for contestants?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, we're looking for contestants still up until February 28th. That's when we are closing the applications. Right now, I have, honestly, for a season 1, I didn't know what to expect, and I have like a good amount of people so far, which is like more than I expected. So, but we're definitely still looking for people, especially women, which I'm sure everyone has that problem.
That is a talking point of a lot of hosts and a lot of production teams too, looking for the female players that want to play. But even just like diversity in general, we always want to have a well-rounded cast for a lot of things. So someone watching at home, Charlie. Charlie is referring to you as King BDC. Brandon, is that your nickname or something?
Yeah, it is. BDC, my initials.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Charlie is joining us from the Survivor Boston team, a Survivor Boston podcast happening at 9:30 tonight Eastern Standard Time. So make sure everyone stay tuned for that. I'll be joined with Austin tonight and Roz from season 3, which is super exciting. And of course, as always, the last eliminated player. Fantastic episode. Super excited about it, but still super excited, just like Naomi is here tonight. Super excited to hear all about this event. So we talked briefly. It's a Survivor event, 4 days. However, the biggest thing also on this tag is your charity event. Explain the charity aspect of this, please.
Yeah, so I wanted to make it a charity event because like Surviving Maine still exists, and that's just for fun event. It's a lot of fun, so you should definitely apply. But I wanted to do something that was different, so I didn't want to do one that was compete for yourself. So I wanted to do one that was compete for a charity that you want to compete for. So I really love what Live to Give does in terms of like allowing you to play for whatever charity you want. So I wanted to go in that direction as well. Yeah, that's kind of where I started. It's definitely not as big as that.
We all start somewhere, though.
Yeah,
like even
exactly.
Live to Give started back 4 or 5 seasons ago, and now it's just a huge, massive event. All these players playing. They release the episodes online. They do a little bit of live stuff, not a ton, but of course they do mainly focus on the episodes. Now, is that something that you're looking forward to as well? Episodes, or more live stuff, or more just an in-person experience?
So I am not doing episodes. We're not going to be filming the event. The entire thing is going to be live streamed. So we're going to live stream the challenges, tribal councils. We're still going to film confessionals and post those as it goes. And we're also going to do a fundraiser as the event's going so that people can donate to their favorite players as it's happening. And that way we can raise more money for the charities or for the people. How do I word that? For the charities of the people that do well in the game. And then there'll also be advantages included in the in that aspect as well.
Oh, nice. So
yeah.
Probably biggest donation, maybe most donations given, something to that aspect. I'm kind of feeling like that might garner me an advantage here or two. So that's nice.
Yeah.
Throwing that out for the people that are applying. We talked about applying. How do you apply? Like, where do you go? Do I send you just a letter? Can I send my pigeon to you? No.
Please send me a letter. No, I have a very easy application. It takes literally 5 minutes because I don't require you to submit like a video or anything. So it's just like a few questions, have a picture, and a charity you want to play for. And it's on our Facebook page, the Can You Survive Charity Event Facebook page, or on our Instagram, Can You Survive Charity Event. Either way, and then you can do an interview, which takes a bit longer than 5 minutes. And that's just a few very easy questions, and then I explain like how the event runs and some more details about like all of that stuff, so you know what to expect.
Oh, fantastic. Susan has a comment here. Where is this located? Like, where do you go for the actual event?
It is in Bangor, Maine. It is in the middle of nowhere.
Fantastic. I was thinking, I was like,
Yes.
Bangor, is that the capital of Maine? No, that's probably not right. So,
No, it is. Yeah, it's about 2 hours north of where Survival Challenge used to be.
okay.
So it is way up there. About an hour away from Canada.
Now, a big question too, for travel purposes, having hosted events, having participated, so on and so forth. Airports, that's usually the biggest question. If people are coming out from a different city, or even the other option like Greyhound, train, is Bangor pretty easy to get to, pretty accessible?
I work at the airport. There's an airport
Oh,
in Bangor. Yeah. So there's an airport right here. We have a Greyhound station right here. You can easily get to us. And we are going to be picking people up from the airport / however they arrive. So you don't even have to worry about that.
oh, that's fantastic. Honestly, that is a big thing with contestants too, coming out and having to rent a car, to arrange travel, so on and so forth. So, Brandon, you were on the right track with that. So,
Thanks.
you brought up earlier that you do have a Facebook page. You also brought up a Instagram page. And before this, I did capture a few little screens that I want to show everyone at home watching here live at Live Reality Games on Facebook or on YouTube. So we have a few pictures here of a few different challenges that you've been working on. Puzzles are probably my favorite thing to do. Maybe skill-based, maybe endurance, but puzzles are always super fun, super scary because your team's like, you have to win this for us.
Yeah.
But you've been building these challenges yourself, you said? How's that been going?
Yeah. At first I was like, I don't know what to do. But like everybody, I've been in quarantine for so long that I was like, I don't know what to do. So I watched every single season of Survivor up until HHH. So all the ones that are on Hulu. And I took notes on literally every challenge that has been done on Survivor, and placed them into like, if I can make this categories, yes, maybe no. And so now I'm trying to build stuff. And honestly, it's coming out better than I expected in terms of learning how to do everything. I recently, like earlier today, I have been pouring cement in my basement. So there is a cement challenge that I am building currently.
It does not seem to be my strong suit. Cement sounds heavy already. And I'm like, I will sit out of this.
Right. Same.
But even looking at it, like we see like the tree puzzle, we see like little jigsaw pieces, perhaps tangrams, and then that snake thing on top kind of looks like the pulley thing they did in one of the seasons.
Yeah, I ordered that. Well, I didn't order it. I got it for Christmas. But that is
thanks, Santa.
Right. That is from an Etsy shop that I ordered that from. But my hope is to build the full-size version. That is yeah, we're gonna see if that works out. But that's the mini version, and I'm hoping to build the big version. But right now, this is the one that I like the most.
Oh, what do we have?
Yeah, this is from the screenshot, the one where you spin the ball.
How careful.
I don't know if I can do this from this angle.
Good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, there we go. So that's the coolest one I think so far that I've built.
It lasted 30, maybe 15 seconds at most.
Maybe.
Then you got that idol in your pocket. And speaking of idols, I think a little hint down there, bottom left, for anyone studying at home, looks like there's some idols. And I see one with like a little, I would say an ant on it. I'm afraid of ants. So hopefully I do not discover that one. I still play it. Don't get me wrong.
I don't know if you should be afraid of ants, but definitely ticks.
Having hosted events, we understand ticks, and spray the area, especially the night before, 2 weeks before if you can, and then go back again. Let's see. So we talked a little bit about applications. We're going to jump back real quick. You still are open for applications till like the end of February.
Yep.
We talked about the process. You have a form to fill out online. What if you don't have a charity in mind yet to play for?
Oh, that's okay. You can apply, just put that you'll decide later, or put a charity. And as long as I know what charity you want to donate to by the time the event starts, then that's totally
good
fine.
to go.
Yeah.
Perfect. A lot of these events, have tons of up costs. You have to rent a place, you have to build materials, you have to do this and this. Typically, there's a fee for these. Do you charge for this event?
Yes. So it's a $250 fee, and that will include, building everything and supplying food and the location, which is such an awesome location, but it costs a lot of money. I found it on Airbnb and I was like, ooh, I can't say no.
But we were just having a conversation. We have a group chat with our main podcasters and everybody that's covering things. And we were just talking about when do you book a place? What do you look for? And Airbnb did come up in a conversation.
I didn't even think of it because I thought, those will only be houses. I found an entire campground.
Oh my gosh.
It's amazing. It's a lot of acreage. There's a pond. There's trails through the woods. It's so cool. I am so excited. I haven't even seen it yet in person. So
I do recommend checking out the place from experience. Before we saw pictures, we went there on the off season, and then during the season, it was a lot damper than we had thought. So definitely get a good look at the place. So
but I am going in the spring. Whenever the snow goes away, I will be going to see it.
I don't like that S word around here. That is a bad word on here. So. But you talked about the pond in it. Will there be water challenges involved, perhaps?
I haven't seen it. So the plan right now, I keep changing the plan every day because I think of new ideas. But right now I have a few water challenges planned that don't require swimming. Just because I don't know how deep it is, so I don't want to plan on the swimming if I can't. But if I get there and it is deep and I want to do swimming, then we will add it.
That sounds super fun.
Yeah.
Out of all the events out there that are casting right now, your newer event, why should people apply for this charity event?
Well, I don't really have anything to compare it to in terms of the other games. So I just know that I'm putting a lot of time into it. I'm putting a lot of effort into it. I think it's going to be really fun. And, we have a really good group so far, people that have applied. So I'm honestly so excited for where it is at this point. So, if you want to give it a shot, then I would love it if you would.
Well, it sounds great. So besides doing these events on the side, you said you worked at an airport. Do you have any fun other hobbies? We're just getting to know you now.
Yeah, I do musicals and plays all the time. Apparently we still do plays during a pandemic, so I am currently in a play. And it's interesting.
Yeah, if you're struggling for an idea, Survivor Syracuse had a great thing. They took the concept of making a little mock show and having that as part of a challenge too. So it was interesting to see their theater attributes go to and they even did a little sing along too. So
there you go.
I'd get voted out nonetheless, but it could be an interesting way to develop Survivor musicals. Survivor musical. There we go.
There you go. Why hasn't that been made yet?
Maybe for good reason. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll work on the casting. Hopefully there's not a Richard Hatch character that runs around naked all the time. Comic relief somewhere, right?
Right.
So for people watching at home that are just catching up with us now, we are here talking with Brandon from Can You Survive charity event. And we talked briefly about it's a Survivor thing, rustic, all that good stuff. Anything else, Brandon, to get the fan base going? Any words of encouragement for them?
I mean, if you've played a lot, I actually in November, it was either October or November, I actually messaged Kirk on Facebook and asked him for advice on what I should think about when I'm planning this. And one of his biggest things has been make sure you do challenges that other people aren't doing. And so I'm trying really hard to make some creative challenges. That's my biggest thing is I want to make the challenges as fun as possible, but also different from everyone else. So if you want to play and you want to do challenges that maybe you haven't done before, like that's what I'm focusing on. So I guess that's my main pitch.
That sounds fantastic. And for everyone watching, let's look at the pictures one more time. They look amazing. They're really well done. And like you said, you really found a passion for rewatching the episodes during quarantine and woodworking. Kirk, for example, took up gardening. We have a whole forest upstairs. Like,
Nice.
I picked up the citronella plants. I never knew they got so big, so that was kind of my bad. But
I have
no
one
mosquitoes around
plant.
here.
I have one plant in my living room. It died.
Oh.
So I will not be going into that.
Gardening, I think woodworking, you should stick with.
Right. Yeah, I'll stick with that.
Well, Brandon, thanks for hanging out tonight here at facebook.com/liverealitygames. Everybody tuning in on podcasts everywhere. For more information, Brandon, your website again?
For more info, you can find us on Facebook, the Can You Survive charity event, or on Instagram, again, the Can You Survive charity event.
And of course, as Brandon mentioned, make sure you check out Surviving Maine, also located in Maine. This could be like a big hub for games or something. But cast reveal was just announced recently, and Brandon is one of the participants. So make sure you check that out as well.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Thanks for everyone for tuning in today. Charlie, Naomi, and Susan, thank you. And for everyone else that popped on, maybe not left a comment, maybe just looking for information, make sure you check out the event and stay tuned here to Live Reality Games for all your up-to-date information. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night. Bye.